two-party system where if you have your team colors, your team can screw up, but you're like, still, I'm definitely not voting for that other team. And if you look around the world, or even if you look at our own founding design, there's nothing about two parties or Democrats or Republicans in the Constitution. George Washington warned against partisanship on his way out. John Adams called political parties an evil across the land. James Madison talked about how factions that don't shift are exactly what we should be guarding against. And the current two-party system didn't come about until decades after the country's founding in the 1860s. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of his history because I didn't know any of this stuff until 2020 myself. So the two-party system is around the Civil War forward. The two parties were relatively ideologically similar. It was like vanilla and French vanilla for a long time. That changed in 1964 when the Civil Rights Act of 64 was passed, and then the South flipped from Democrat to Republican. The parties started to diverge then, but then you had the Fairness Doctrine gets repealed by the Reagan administration like 87. Cable news hits the scene. Fox and NBC arrive in 96. Facebook arrives in 2004. So you wind up with this divergence that starts getting more and more dramatic between urban and rural areas to the point where we're now, like we're in different versions of reality. But if you look around the world, we are just about unique and anomalous in having this dysfunctional two-party system. Like the UK has 5 or 6 parties, Germany has 7, Sweden has 8, and those multi-party systems are much more resilient. Right now, we're uniquely subject to authoritarianism because if you have one major party lose its shit, then everyone falls in line under that, and then if they win, then they control everything.